Well, good afternoon, KV Rising. We are here live from the Kellyville Event Center, ready to bring you some pony basketball against the Cascia Hall Commandos. You're watching us here on YouTube, and I am Jacob Jones, and
I'm Terry Wiggs.
And we are ready for some action. Hector Garcia will be with us in a moment, and so don't get too mad if the scoreboard doesn't move for just a second. I've got to film and do the scoreboard real quick, so.
And there's the tip, and Wiggs almost tips it to backcourt out of bounds. Bell's able to corral it in, gets it across midcourt. So here we go, underway. Ayers for three. Rebound Wiggs. And here's Hicks. The drive in for two. Jeremy Hicks. As we meet the Cascia Hall Commandos, give me a moment to find them in my book here I'll do the best I can as far as names. The Ponies scrimmaged Cascia Hall over the Christmas break, and they were a pretty good matchup between the two teams, during the scrimmage anyway. So, and there's a three by number 11, and that's good. And Hicks drives in. Wiggs with the rebound. He's going to be fouled. That was on Solis for his first foul. Bellis for three in the corner, no good. He's knocked to the floor, but no call. And there's Wallace for three again, so we got to get out on him. He's hit 2 threes in a row. There's the top of the key, gets it over to Wiggs. Wiggs 1-on-3, kicks it back to Hicks. Ball's loose on the floor. Commando's going to come up with it. Solis almost took another three shot there, as Commandos are trying to find a working offense, moving the ball around quite a bit. Norris and Ayers goes up for the rebound. Inside to Wiggs, turnaround jumper. That's no good, but Ayers with the rebound. Ayers put back, no good. It's going to be blocked.
Terry, I watched this last game, the girls' game, Kansas and Crooked Oak, the game before this one. And these refs let it be a pretty physical game. There were multiple injuries during that game, so we're not hoping for that, of course, but we can tell.
Same refs.
Yeah, same refs. They allowed very physical games. So we saw the Cascia Hall player down here fall, and he fell pretty hard. But they didn't call very many physical fouls. They called more, your minor fouls, like a reach in or something like that.
So Cascia Hall out to a quick 8-2 lead, as the Ponies have struggled a little bit on offense here to get going. Can't get we've had shots on goal, but we can't get them to fall. We had some actually pretty good looks.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm running a little late.
Well, hey, Hector.
Yeah, hi, I'm here. I was running a little late.
No problem, man. We're glad to have you.
Yeah.
Late's better than nothing at all.
Better late than never.
So far we're getting shots on goal. The refs are kind of letting it go. You know, there's been a couple of questionable incidents of no call, but you know, nothing that's been drastic. 6-point ball game, 4:02 left here in the first quarter. The Ponies just struggling a bit with finding the net.
So that seems to be a kind of a bit of a theme whenever we get going. I feel we'll get into a groove.
Yeah,
Hopefully here pretty soon.
We have this season, for whatever reason, more often than not, we've been a slow start team.
Yeah.
So we'll find our groove, I'm sure. As I see Miles is in the game, giving Ayers a break. And there's a three by number 22. And that's Ben Radford for three. Hicks, top of the key, trying to find something. Here comes Wiggs. Wiggs for three. And that's good, off the front of the rim and then off the glass. So Ponies finally get some more points on the board. That first 2 points came early in the game. They went several minutes without any score. Hicks with the rebound there on the other end. Here he comes coast to coast. He drives in, he's going to be fouled, so he'll go to the line shooting two.
Said, you know, I can imagine our players are pretty tired after last night too.
Yeah, last night was quite the sprint of a basketball game.
Yeah.
As Hicks' ball does not fall, it rolls all around the rim and falls off the front.
As he's off screen, but I see Evan Wiggs at midcourt, hands on his knees. And, you know, it's understandable that he's tired.
Yeah, I mean, it's been 7 weeks since he's been over to do anything with the injury.
Yeah.
So he's definitely not in the shape that the other players, most of the other players probably are. Unable to run or anything, so.
As Cascia Hall, it's a three.
But I'm just happy to see him out there on the floor and contributing. Yesterday he contributed. Another three attempt by him off the front of the rim. No good, and Cascia comes up with it.
And a shot by Schloss.
There's a block by Wiggs.
I think possession's going to stay with Cascia.
And Wiggs going to take a break, and Mosby comes in. That's the second foul on number 13 for Cascia. They have 14 fouls. Kellyville with 1.
And they're going to call Colton Ayers on the travel there.
And the Ponies are going to put the press on here. Try to cause a disruption. And Cash is able to get it by him. They go shoot for three, and it's missed, but they come up with the rebound and put it up again. And we're going to get a foul on Hicks, trying to knock that rebound out of number 22's hands.
So that was the story last night, just Star Spencer creating extra shots and getting and getting them to eventually fall. We just had troubles on the defensive end trying to rebound the ball, and from what I've seen here early, I don't want that team to continue.
Yeah, and I mean I will admit we did struggle on rebounds last night, but we continued with the theme of really struggling offensively on rebounds.
Yeah.
And not giving ourselves extra shots on goal on the offensive end of things.
As it'll be number 5, Holly.
And he makes his first attempt there. Wiggs coming back in, going to give Miles a break. So you got Wiggs, Hicks, Crabtree, Ayers, and Mosby on the floor for the Ponies. And the second shot is good. So 10-point ball game, 16-6. Kellyville's got some work to do with about 1:30 left.
Yes. Kenny Mosby's three-pointer in the corner was blocked.
Yeah, as Mosby's trying to shoot that up over number 1, who looks to be at least 6 foot, 6'1", something like. It's hard to tell from up here their height, but definitely height advantage on Mosby.
Colton Ayers now. Shot was no good.
Wiggs underneath. Again, one Pony in the paint with trying to get the rebound on offensive end. I'd just really like to see ourselves get a second or third player underneath there to give ourselves a chance to have more than one shot on goal on offense.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We're sticking with the Pony trend, I guess.
As Cascia gets called for the walk there.
So in less than a minute now, see if the Ponies can do some damage here and close this gap. And Hicks' shot's off the mark and just takes a wide bounce off the rim and goes right to Cascia. Nothing we can do about that one.
As number 11 tried to drive in and his shot didn't go. And here is Jeremy Hicks. Now to Wiggs. And his shot falls. A little over 20 seconds to play here in the first quarter.
So Kellyville doing a good job keeping that last shot from going up. We're down by 8, 16-8. Going into the second quarter here. So not horrible. Kellyville's got a little bit of work to do. We got to find the basket. We're getting shots on goal, and I think we're moving the ball around nicely.
Yeah.
The only criticism I would have is back to the offensive rebounds. I wish we would get a couple more guys in the paint, but.
So we're getting the shots that we want.
But we are getting the shots. They're just not falling right now. So hopefully that'll change, and we're right in the middle of this game. So I'm not that concerned right now after one. I'm sure Coach Heath, although he'd like to be leading, I'm sure that he's not panicking or anything at this point. I think we got there seemed to be a good three-point shooting team.
Yeah, definitely. They seem like that's what they want, and it's paid off pretty well for them so far.
Yeah, I think that if the Ponies force the Commandos to an inside game, that may be the way to swing the game in our direction. So we'll see how it goes. Here we go. Commandos with the ball. Looks like Norris is face guarding number 20.
Cascia.
And there's Cassia with that offensive rebound and a second attempt there. They just got the guy in that position. He would just happen to be in the right place, right time.
As Hicks drives through, couldn't answer back. And
Wiggs with the rebound, but the putback does not go. Kellyville just struggling on offense, finding the net.
And they're going to call an offensive foul there on number 5. That's Holly for Cascia.
That's what I'm talking about, forcing them to drive the ball, because they've been doing that and just kind of plowing their way through into the paint. So we could probably draw some charges. There's going to be a foul called on number 15. So Cassia's looking at 6 team fouls. Kellyville with 3. So one more foul for Cascia, and Kellyville's going to be at the line 1-1. Bellis for 3 in the corner. No good. Hicks going to come up with it. And they say he stepped out of bounds.
Ayers trying to save it there.
I keep calling him. I don't know why I get Ayers and Hicks mixed up. They look nothing alike. I don't know what it is.
I think it may be the 3.
Probably,
Ayers
yeah.
23 and Jeremy wearing 3.
And there it is. Kellyville with the press and forced their turnover.
Now
Hicks
Jeremy.
for 3. And that's good. So here we go again. Kellyville with the press, double team.
And they're going to get Colton for the foul there.
Kellyville with the press, trying to create something. Double team.
And they do force
And
the
there's
steal.
Steele.
And here is Connor Norris inside. Leb didn't quite fall. And now Cascia.
Oh, wow. Wow. They had a call on Hicks. All he did was extend his arm. He didn't even come close to touching the player.
Like I told you,
The ref was out of position to make that call.
Like
He saw the reach.
Before, they won't call something down there because it's physical,
Well,
but they'll call something basic like that.
Yeah,
down
he saw the reach from Hicks, but from my angle, you could see that Hicks didn't even. He was too far away to touch the guy. But the ref was just where his angle. I'm sure it looked like he got a hand in there. So it was called. Hicks for 3, long. 9-point ball game, 5:52 left here in the half. Commando still with the lead. So the Ponies showed some promise there. They showed some press, got 3 steals in a row, but weren't able to capitalize on all 3 possessions, unfortunately. Still struggling a little bit, trying to get the ball in the net. And Wiggs is going to drive and be fouled by number 1. So that'll send him to the line for 2. That also puts Kellyville in bonus.
With 5:22 remaining in the half, that's quite a bit of time to take advantage of that.
Wiggs hits his first one. Ayers back in the game, give Miles a break. And Wiggs makes his second attempt. So 22-13. Kellyville here, Kellyville again with the press.
He's walking. There we go.
Said this press has been working really well for us here.
Yeah, this is the 4th or 5th time that we've caused a turnover with that press.
Cascia struggling to even make it past half court.
I tell you what, if we were, I don't think we're at 50% shooting percentage. If we were above that, we would probably have the 9-10 point lead ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
We just can't seem to find the net on some of these shots.
And Owen Bellis drives in, and
there's another one that is off the mark. And Bellis all over the place. On the defender and causing a turnover.
And here is Bellis trying to get the play underway. Ayers had a bit of trouble handling the ball off the pass.
Now if you hear the fans and they're yelling as Bellis was running the baseline, trying to get across.
And then Connor Norris just got a little bit too much on it as he was driving inside for the lay-in.
Here Kellyville doing a pretty good job keeping the Commandos from driving inside. Now we're going to have a timeout by the Commandos. So still a 9-point ball game, 22-13. Kellyville's in this quarter has been successful with that press and getting quite a few turnovers. We just need to figure out how to make that ball go in the net. I tell you, I don't know what's going on. Hector, I'm going to have to step off the mic for just a second.
Oh, yeah. No, that's no problem at all.
Javi, I was telling Terry before you got here that these referees, I watched the last game, and they were calling everything, simple and basic, like a travel or reach-in foul, but they wouldn't call anything when, somebody hit their head on the floor or something like that. I said there were, plenty of injuries in that last game that could have been prevented, but.
And we are back underway here as Cascia Hall is trying to find an opening here. Ponies playing tight defense, sticking man to man. And working the ball around, Cascia can't quite find an opening here. The Ponies playing very organized. All their switches.
Yeah, they're doing a good job right now making Cascia work.
And eventually the foul is called.
Ayers with the rebound on the missed free throw. Right at 2 minutes remaining here in the second.
It's Jeremy Hicks just off target there with the three.
That ball just rolled across the rim. Wiggs on the opposite side. So no one unable to get the rebound, and just a commando right there to bring it in.
And the pass is tipped in the corner by Kenny Mosby, as Justin Miles will check in to give Evan Wiggs a bit of a rest.
So we've been at this 9-10 point deficit for probably going on 2.5 minutes. Both teams really not finding the net. And there's a three on the outside, and that's good by number 22. And I'm telling you, that's where this team is, the outside shot. So we got to stay in their face on that outside. Hicks with the drive, not able to get it to go. It falls short. Less than a minute left here in the half. And there's wide open underneath, number 5 in the paint.
Under a minute to play now. As they're going to call the offensive foul.
I think they got him for just a walk.
Yeah, I think so.
They're going to get Miles.
Number 22, Radford, is fouled on the shot. And you notice the Cascia players send 4 players back to defend.
Yeah, they do that quite a bit where they shoot free throws. They don't have any players on the line. Keep everybody back. Miles with the rebound, but the putback's no good.
As the three by number 1, Darby, was just overshot, but Cascia does retain possession, and they give it to Darby, and he couldn't quite get it to go, and that'll bring it into the first half of play with the Ponies down 13-30 against the Cascia Hall Commandos here.
A lot of work for the Ponies to do here at half. Coach Heath go in there and work some magic and find an answer. I thought there in the second quarter, for the majority of the second quarter, I thought they had their answer with that press and the turnovers, and we just couldn't get the other side of that to come together on the offensive side and find the basket.
It's hard to say what they need to do because, I mean, truthfully, the shots just need to fall.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's not a lot of adjustment other than just somehow make the shots fall in the basket.
Yeah.
I don't think they're taking a lot of ill-advised shots or anything like that. I think they're getting good looks. We're just off. Maybe shooting on the other goal this next half will make a difference.
But with about 9 minutes, 50 seconds until the second half of play, I think we are going to take a bit of a break. So we will be back here in about 8 minutes.
Hey, Pony fans, just about time to come back here for the second half of this basketball game. Cascia Hall up 30-13 against your Kellyville Ponies. Just wanted to say real quick that we do have that donation link in the description because the girls are going to Hennessy next week, and we cannot pay that $300 fine without you guys' help. Not fine, fee.
Might as well be a fine.
Pretty much. Donate in that link in the description. We'll give you a shout out on there. Thanks. Back to basketball.
And we're back underway with Colton Ayers surveying the floor.
Well, hopefully we're on a different goal, and we're going to be able to find the net down here on this end. As Hector and I were saying when we left at halftime, I don't know that there's a whole lot of adjustment other than improve our shooting percentage. I think we're doing pretty well on defense. You know, what, anything crazy, 30 points and a half. That's boys usually tend to score 50, 60 points a game, so nothing unusual there to give up 30 and a half, but definitely very unusual for Kellyville to have 13 points in one half. That is I don't know if we've done that this year.
Yeah, no,
Kiefer
definitely.
Ripley tournament, I think, or was that? Did we get 25 that half?
You know, I'm not for sure. I know we had a couple of quarters that we were real low, single-digit quarters, but I don't know that a 13-point half the Ponies have seen in a while.
And as we said towards the end, it doesn't really have much to do with not getting the shots. It's just they're not falling.
Yeah, and when we're getting good looks and getting the shots.
As Jeremy Hicks puts in the layup.
And another factor that goes into that is rebounding. Usually we have that one pony in the paint for those rebounds, and we need, 2 or 3 because you're going against a bunch of tall guys in the paint. So, I mean, that's a big play, big factor on it too.
Norris on the outside. Oh, Ayers underneath, wide open. Nobody saw him. I mean, there wasn't
screaming for the
ball. Jumping up and down, waving his hands. There wasn't a commando within 10, 15 feet of him. Unfortunate we didn't see him down underneath there.
Jeremy Hicks couldn't quite get the layup to go.
So 15-point ball game here. 5:40 remaining in the third. Ponies I hear the ball getting slapped around. They're getting a hand on it, and there's Bellis knocks it loose, but Commandos maintain. There's number 11 on the outside, and that ball's Wiggs going to come up with it. It was knocked loose, and then he comes up with it. Ayers flicks it back to Hicks. Hicks at the top of the key, waiting for something to be set up. Here comes Hicks. Hicks drives in. Falls short. The ball's on the floor and picked up by number 13. As Bellis trips and crashes into number 22 as he shoots.
And shot will count.
And Commandos, again with this look, nobody down there for the possible rebound. There's a few coaches that do that. I don't necessarily agree with that. I mean, that's, I know you're 2 on 4 on those rebounds on a free throw, but.
And they're going to call number 5, Holly, for the walk.
And I'm beating the horse to death, but I don't understand the evacuation of the floor on the offensive end when we have somebody shoot from the outside.
Finally, that time we had,
Yeah, that was better there. But the previous shot to that, as soon as Hicks went to shoot, everybody. And that's good for 3 for number 5. So Commandos continue to spread it out, and unfortunately the Ponies continue to struggle underneath. As Wiggs' jumper is no good. The Commando, oh, they called a foul. I thought they just called him out of bounds.
No, they called a foul.
Yeah, I think they're going to say Ayers pushed him out.
That's exactly what they said.
So Ayers with the 3rd foul. Kellyville with 2 team fouls. Commandos, no team fouls. And Hicks is going to commit a foul as he's trying to intercept the ball, being passed to number 11. And here comes Hurst and Miles. Going to give Norris and Ayers a break. 3:26. You know, it's been a unique season, very up and down. A lot of COVID adjustments, games getting canceled. We weren't able to finish our last 3 games, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Regular season.
What was already going to be a very challenging season overall in terms of scheduling, it only gets tougher with, historically cold, weather.
Then losing Wiggs for 7 weeks, the big man underneath, and just a lot of factors into this year that's unfortunate. And Hurst on the outside for 2.
It's a nice move there, getting the sidestep and just able to put in the mid-range shot.
Bellis with the rebound. Bellis with a turnaround, and thought Hicks was a little farther inside than he was and passed it straight out of bounds. At 36-17, 2:22 left here in the 3rd. The bright side is that Kellyville, the Ponies are only losing 2 starters, which aren't necessarily going to be easy shoes to fill, but I believe that we got a couple boys over there currently sitting on the bench and actually one on the floor with Hurst, that are going to be great contributors next year. So I look forward to next year's Pony team, and Wiggs loses the ball. And they're going to call a foul instead of a jump ball. You had 3 Ponies fighting over the ball and 1 Commando.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's a foul on Corey. I think that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they got something wrong there. I mean, they gave the ball to Cascia, but you had 3 Ponies who had their hands on the ball, and then the Commando that was reaching in trying to get that rebound, and somehow
and then
he was the one
of
fouled.
the Commandos came up and came behind Corey and knocked him down. I mean, I just don't see how that was a foul on Corey.
And Hurst quickly with his 2nd foul. 1:16 left. Kellyville quickly getting up there in team fouls with 5. Commando still with no fouls in this second half. Number 20, top of the key, 3-pointer, no good, bounces right back to another Commando.
under a minute here in what has been a very fast third quarter. Fast in terms of time. In terms of scoring, it seems like both teams have been pretty slow, with only 4 points for the Ponies and 8 for the Commandos.
Yeah, and the quarter's about over, so this quarter definitely not your offensive quarter for high school basketball. Total of 12 points between the two teams. And Hicks's three is off the mark.
That's a walk.
Yeah, and they do call it.
That's a great job by Hirsch on that defense.
Third quarter of play almost coming to an end here.
Yeah, as I said, Jacob, it's been moving really fast. Seems like we just sat in. As a turnover by Crabtree.
And that brings the third period to a close. And that's where we were, 12 points between the two teams in the third period. So not a very exciting offensive game really at all today.
Yeah.
Kellyville struggling. I keep some stats, but I don't keep shooting percentage. But unfortunately for the Ponies, I wouldn't doubt if we're in the 30% range on our shooting. Unfortunately, we're getting good looks. We just cannot find the net today.
So sometimes you just have days like that where things just won't quite go.
Right. Well, maybe we find some Pony magic here in the fourth quarter, and we'll just flip the coin, and we'll just be able to nothing will miss. I think we get lucky and just flip that coin. We're just nothing, where we have a hard time missing. And I feel like we're playing decent defense.
Yeah. Said, Cascia's on the pace that we're usually at, and we've been able to score at good paces all season. It's just.
And there's going to be the first foul called on Cascia here in the second half. With 7:48 left to go in the fourth period. Our correction, they show him with 2 fouls. I don't remember the other one. Wiggs for 3, and it's off the mark. And ball's going to be tossed around, kicked around a little bit, but it goes out of bounds. It's going to be Kellyville ball. I wasn't sure if the ref knew.
As Owen Bellis was probably looking for the 3 in the corner there. Couldn't quite get it to go with Colton Ayers. Wow.
They call. Oh, my goodness. They called a jump ball on that.
And now Ayers. 3 comes up short.
I told you, Terry.
I think maybe these guys are just like Kellyville's having a horrible day. I think sometimes it happens with referees. I mean, everybody's never 100% every day. Everybody messes up on their job every now and then, and I think this might be the day for these two.
There were many injuries resulting after them calling jump balls last game.
Bellis inside to Wiggs. Wiggs can't get it to fall. And they're going to call an offensive foul on number 5 for Cascia. The ref's explaining to the Cascia coach. He was being extremely aggressive. He pointed his elbow straight out and was, almost gave the appearance he was trying to elbow Bellis in the face. As Bellis just going for the ball, really. But even that call in the favor of the Ponies was still kind of questionable. And Wiggs got a rebound, and then he's going to be fouled as he tries to do a putback.
And he's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Wiggs sneaking up on a double-double here. He's got 9 rebounds and 8 points. So that's quiet, quietly sneaking up on a double-double. He started off the season kind of like Childers on the Lady Ponies. Well into halfway through the season, they were both averaging double-doubles per game. Great contributors for their team.
He said, I remember, I think it was the first home game that we played. I think he scored 30 points.
Yeah, he came out of the gate.
Yeah.
He reminds me a little bit about, I don't know if you follow softball or not, but OU softball last weekend, one of their freshman players went 12, I think it was 12 of 15 with like 12 RBIs and 5 home runs, and the coach sat her down and told her, not trying to be negative, but you're probably not going to do that again.
They call that foul on Bellis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So I remember telling Evan that he's probably not going to score 30 points every game. If he did, that's fantastic. But
I mean, that's the goal, isn't it?
I think prior to his injury, I think he was averaging just under 25 prior to his injury. So I mean, he was kind of staying on that mark.
Yeah, those injuries there.
I don't know if you guys follow baseball, but did you guys see Auburn beat that? I don't remember who they played, but they beat the team 33-0.
Oh wow, that's like a basketball score. They're going to get a foul on number 11, Evan Wiggs. And that's going to put, surprisingly, being sarcastic, you didn't hear it in my voice, but that's going to put the Commandos in 1-1.
Shocker.
And the Ponies still struggling to find the net. 38-19. Commandos still with the lead. 5:29 left in the ball game. You know what's interesting is 5:23 left in the ball game. I just realized this. Cascia hadn't scored this quarter yet.
Yeah, it's been a very, very slow half, I think we can say now.
And we've only scored 2, so it just this whole half is going to end up, I hate to say it, but man, it's on the scale to, we're going to have less than 16, 18 points between the two teams for the entire half.
Yeah, if you want to if you want an update on the score of just this half alone, it's 6-8.
Yeah, it's blazing excitement. That's what
Oh,
it is.
yeah. So we usually have a lot more to talk about than just refereeing calls and things like that.
Well, and I'll say, Hector, by no means, I mean, if it obviously continues down this path, it's going to be the end for your boys here, the Ponies, and but the girls are definitely moving on, and in my opinion, have a great opportunity and a great chance to end up all the way at the end at the state tournament.
Yeah. And once you get there, all bets are off. Anything can happen.
Terry, you're a miracle worker, because that leads right into what I'm about to say. We have a donation link in the description.
We do,
and I will push it until I can't push it anymore.
No, it's very important, and I haven't actually talked to Jacob, you and your dad, but I'm not going to be able to make the trip to Hennessy. I've had a family member come ill down in Florida, and I may be leaving sometime this weekend or first of the week to travel to Florida, and I don't know how long I'm going to be gone. So I unfortunately probably will not be making the trip for area next week.
So what days are area, Jacob?
Thursday, Friday, maybe Friday, Saturday. I think
it's saying Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I believe.
I don't know. I'm not too sure. But that's just another reason why we want to be able to.
Yeah, and that's what I was getting at. I would love to be able to tune in and watch. I'm gonna have to click on that link myself and make sure that we're able to broadcast next week the girls' game.
You know, these girls are good. There is no doubt about it. We cannot put that past them. They are good. And I hope they make it to the state championship. Knock on wood. And
I think that you got probably one of the best chances in pony history that we've never made it. We've never basketball team made it to the state, all the way to state. We've gone to area a couple of times, but we've never made it all the way to state and ever. So keep clicking on that donation link and give us the opportunity to bring that to you live. If you don't want to travel all the way to Hennessy, which my understanding is west of Stillwater, so it's a decent drive from Pony Nation here.
And if we can't get that $300, we're going to Hennessy without any equipment. So.
Yeah, folks, and I've talked to several people about the OSSAA or whatever you want to call them.
Nope, can't say that. Never mind.
What's your dad going to do?
True.
Oh, I'm glad he can't hear us from down there.
I'm glad, too. He'd get mad at us right now. My mom may be watching. I don't know.
I'm actually going to text him right now.
Be like, listen to what your son's saying on the broadcast.
So 4:25 is still 38-19. Neither team's been able to find a net. Go back to what I was saying. There's number 11 for three. They charge that fee, and there's a lot. Everybody I talked to said they don't understand why it's such an enormous fee for basketball or high school sports themselves. And I don't know. I wish they would realize that it's small broadcast companies like this one, and some of them aren't even companies. It's just individuals that happen to have enough proper equipment.
Yeah.
And they're not large corporations that can just drop $300 like it's no big deal.
I just want to give a big shout out to Coach Upshaw, Coach Wood, and Mr. Pierce for making this weekend happen. If it wasn't for those guys, if it wasn't for the school, we wouldn't be here broadcasting right now. You guys wouldn't be able to watch right now. So, I just want to give a big shout out to them, and we wanna be able to do this in Hennessy next week. We want to keep going because.
Hicks just throws his hands up. He went in for a drive. He makes those shots all day long on another day than today.
Yeah,
he just rolls off the rim and does not fall. Yeah, folks, and the only thing I can encourage is call the OSSAA and let them hear your concerns. I don't know if that'll do any good, but I know we're not the only ones upset about those fees. There's several other schools, especially nowadays with COVID.
Yeah.
And trying to keep people spread out and social distance, and this is the means for that. The number of people working from home and having to do Zoom meetings and everything else. Well, this is the way that we deal with sports.
Yeah. Said, I go to, like, I'm in college. I go to TU and all that, and I'm doing everything from home essentially.
Yeah.
Almost everything.
Well, look at your college and your professional sports. The Thunder, they don't have any fans, so that's just all through broadcast. Now, different scale, obviously, but
yeah, obviously.
Oh, I try to make it close as possible.
yeah. There's for 2 underneath. Finally, both teams put some points on the board. It remains a 20-point deficit, though.
And I don't know how many of you guys actually follow college basketball, but you put our broadcasts side by side. The only difference is going to be the team names.
Yeah, there's a lot of production quality. I know Jacob puts a lot of effort into the graphics and just about everything, as well as his dad Robbie, and it's a lot of hard work to bring these broadcasts, and
And there's Mosby for 3 on the outside.
On top of that, having to pay an enormous fee it's almost counterintuitive to what you would think the benefit of having the small company is. It's small people that are from the town that are working together to bring the school sports to the town.
Right.
And instead of having their hard work be enough, it's they need the money on top of it.
And that's why we put that. That's why we push this donation link, because I'm getting
Colton Ayers
emotional.
just walked off the court for the last time in his high school career.
I'm gonna need to go down to the locker room after the game.
The Pony fans giving him a standing ovation. His teammates,
As his younger brother Caden actually checks in.
all his teammates giving him a high five as he came over to the bench. 1:18 left here, 43-24. And Caden Ayers is going to draw the foul in honor of his brother.
But when you think, I started doing the broadcast and stuff with you guys during the playoffs for football, and everybody loves to watch the playoff sports, and without these fees that that KB Rising has got to pay, we can't do that.
Well, and you look at the big scheme of things, you got a good team like what we do with the Lady Ponies that have the potential to go through all 4 phases.
Yeah, for sure.
You're looking at $1,200 for someone to have to come up with to broadcast, to show a game.
And I thank God that we didn't have districts, because
there's another, we couldn't afford this one, so that would have been the same thing probably for districts. And
Caden Ayers fouls.
he was just gonna hold it, and Caden's like, "No, you're not gonna hold it."
He was trying to hold it and just run the clock out, and Caden, he didn't like that. He was like, "Nah,
We're not gonna go out like this. Here's a foul, like."
Yeah.
And
Jeremy
Hicks
is gonna walk off the court for his final time.
Here comes Miles, coast to coast. Gets it underneath to Crabtree, who's standing there waiting. And Wiggs fell short of that double-double. He had 9 points and 11 rebounds. So,
I mean, if you average it out,
yeah, we can just give him one each. Maybe I missed a point somewhere. I doubt it. And Crabtree with another quick two. So,
And as time expires, that's going to bring an end to this game here.
so 44-28 is your final. And that is going to bring a close to the Kellyville Ponies 2020-2021 basketball season. But we still do have the Lady Ponies alive and well, as they're going to go tomorrow night for the regional championship. And then my prediction is move on to area next week. They will move on to area next week, but my prediction is to win in area and advance to the state tournament. So the following week. So we will be back here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. with your Lady Ponies. So remember to join us. And Jacob's already stepped off the mic, but I'm gonna do one last favor for him. Hit that donation link, folks.
Yeah, please.
Every dollar counts. I don't care if it's $5, $10, $20 or more, or if you know a business person that would like to help us out tremendously. We are still looking for that $300 that we'll have to pay to be with you next week. But we will be here live tomorrow evening, so come join us. You can't see us on the internet. Come out live here at Kellyville. 6 p.m. is tip-off. We'll see you then. Have a safe rest of your weekend.